Mr. Chair, we have a quorum with the attendance of the following: Attorney Mark John S. Palomar, Vice Chairperson; Attorney Maria Yasmin de los Santos, Regular Member; Engineer Reynan C. Parafina, Regular Member; Mr. Russell Q. Babadilla, Regular Member; Attorney Rigel L. Caabay, Regular Member; and from PMO Batangas, Port Manager Joselito A. Sino Cruz. We have in attendance as well the head and members of the Secretariat, the head and members of the Technical Working Group. On the part of the prospective bidders, we have representatives from Golden P. Arrastre and Stevedoring Services, Miss Maria Magdalena Lim, and Miss Manuela M. Royo. From DB Rutor Logistical Services / Harbor Star, Mr. NR Danilo Rutor. From Silver Boys Arrastre Stevedoring Services Incorporated, Alison Malien. From Roadbook, Piercy Surima. From TCSC Corp, Ricarmi Abaya and Attorney JP Ganador. We have as well representatives from the PMO Batangas.
Thank you. Considering foregoing, the Vice Chair declares that there is a quorum. HO-BAC-PTMC number 09-2024 come to order. Ano kasi tayo scheduled today?
We have 3 items, Mr. Chair. First is the approval of minutes of the previous BAC meetings. HO-BAC-PTMC number 07-2024 dated March 21, 2024 and HO-BAC-PTMC number 08-2024 dated April 8, 2024. Next is the pre-bid conference of the Port Terminal Management Contract for the clustered ports of Romblon and Ambulong. And third is the pre-bid conference of the Port Terminal Management Contract for the clustered ports of Tablas, Ambulong, and Carmen.
Thank you. Unless objections, let's proceed to the first item on the agenda, the approval of the minutes of the previous BAC meeting. Paano Secretariat? Sa minutes, Vice Chair. Call the meeting to order.
Noted, Vice Chair.
Second motion. Mr. Vice Chair.
It has been moved second to approve the minutes of the previous BAC meeting, which is there too. Hearing none, the minutes of HO-BAC-PTMC number 07-2024 held last March 21, 2024, and the minutes of HO-BAC-PTMC number 08-2024 held last April 8, 2024 are hereby approved as amended. Let's proceed to the next item on our agenda, the pre-bid conference. Madam Secretariat?
For the Port Terminal Management Contract for the clustered ports of Romblon and Ambulong, the project was advertised last March 15, 2024 in the Manila Times, with the concession fee for the duration of the 15-year contract in the total amount of 113,368,214 pesos and 18 centavos. We have may we now ask the AVP pala. We will now be presenting an audiovisual program with regard to the ports of Romblon and Ambulong.
Port of Romblon, Romblon. The Port of Romblon is one of the terminal ports under the Port Management Office of Batangas. It is located next to Agbalolo Creek and can be found at Barangay Dos, Poblacion, Romblon, Romblon, and more or less 251 nautical miles from the Port of Batangas. The Port of Romblon plays an important role in the transport of conventional cargo and passengers to provinces in Calabarzon, Mindoro Island, and Metro Manila. It covers all feeder ports, namely Ambulong, Cahijocan, Azagra, Corcuera, Banton, and Concepcion. Based on its port land use scheme map or plan, total port area is 7,027.77 square meters. Total concession area is 6,610.87 square meters. 416.90 square meters. Block 1 is the first area. PTB or X-ray baggage scanner room, elevated water tank, public comfort room, Ro-Ro ramps, generator set, and public field office. Block 2 has an ongoing construction of wharf. Target completion is on September 2024 with a total land area of 2,030.13 square meters. Port of Ambulong, Magdiwang, Romblon. The Port of Ambulong is the port of entry to Sibuyan Island. It serves as vehicle transportation port. It is located at Sibuyan Circumferential Road, Magdiwang, Romblon. It serves the town of Magdiwang and its surrounding area. It is located in the town with just 3-kilometer distance from the town center or approximately 5 minutes with light traffic. A variety of different kinds of ships are available for passenger journeys, ranging from pump boats and fast crafts for shorter journeys, to ferries and ships for longer journeys. Based on its port land use scheme map or plan, total port area is 10,853.15 square meters, total concession area of 9,429.45 square meters, and total administrative area of 1,423.70 square meters. Block 1 has a total land area of 8,067.71 square meters for an access road, PTB area, RC Causeway, RC Pier, backup area, and the new RC Pier extension. Block 2 is a backup area, which has a total land area of 1,423.70 square meters. Block 3 has a total area of 1,361.74 square meters for the RC platform with ramp and the new RC platform.
Madam Secretary, please proceed.
May we now ask from the representatives of DB Rotor Logistical Services / Harbor Star if they have questions regarding the bid documents.
Do we have a representative of
DB Rotor logistical services / harbor star, sir.
So far, no question.
Thank you. Ask your time.
From Silver Boys,
Silver Boys, representative of Silver Boys. Representative of Silver Boys. Any questions from Silver Boys? Any questions?
Sir? None, sir. None, sir.
No questions. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, should we mention now the relevant dates or late?
Relevant dates.
For the clustered ports of Romblon and Ambulong, please be informed that the deadline for submission of bids is on May 6, 2024, 9 a.m. at the conference room B 7th floor, PPA Corporate Building, Port Area, Manila. The bid opening will follow at 10 a.m. At the same venue.
Let's proceed to the next pre-bid conference.
For the port terminal management contract for the clustered ports of Tablas, Odiongan, and Carmen, the project was advertised last March 15, 2024 in the Manila Times and posted at conspicuous places in the PPA premises and the port subject of the bidding. The minimum concession fee for the project for the duration of the 15-year contract is 218,261,095 pesos and 99 centavos. We now proceed to the AVP.
Port of Tablas, Romblon. The Port of Tablas is located at the western side of Tablas Island, Sibuyan Sea, and more or less 92 nautical miles to the Port of Batangas. It is located at Barangay Poktoy, Odiongan, Romblon, and more or less 3 kilometers from the town proper. It is one of the terminal ports under the Port Management Office of Batangas. It handles construction materials, agricultural products, livestock, and consumer goods. Inward cargoes come from Batiklan, Antique, Dangay, Rojas, Oriental Mindoro, Batangas, Manila, and Mindanao. Based on its port land use scheme, total port area is 23,827.17 square meters. Total administrative area is 4,358.55 square meters, and total concession area is 19,468.62 square meters. Block 1 is a backup area, which has an open space, guardhouse, and high mast towers. Block 2 is the berthing area. It has the RC pier and the Ro-Ro ramps. Block 3 is the passenger terminal area for passenger terminal building, open space or terminal area, and X-ray baggage room. Block 4 is the terminal management office area, which has an open area, the terminal management office building, vendors area, archive building, public comfort room, and guardhouse. And Block 5 is newly constructed, which has an open space or backup area, Ro-Ro ramp, and open space. Port of Carmen, Romblon. Based on its port land use scheme map or plan, its total port area is 1,226.90 square meters, which also corresponds to its total concession area. And there's no administrative area. Block 1 consists of RC Causeway, which has a land area of 365.60 square meters. Block 2 is for the RC Pier, with a total land area of 270 square meters. And Block 3 has a total land area of 591.30 square meters, which is intended for the RC Pier, RC Platform, and RoRo Ramp.
May we now ask from the representatives of Golden P. Arrastre and Steve Doring Services if they have questions regarding the bid docs.
No question, ma'am.
Representatives from Roadbook. No questions. No questions. From TSCS Corp.
PCSE Corp.
TCSC Corp.
Yes, pardon me for the question kasi bago lang kami with bidding for port terminal management services, no? But we were informed by our business partners na parang kailangan daw kasama sa primary purpose ng corporation is for us to be engaged in port terminal management services. Although kami kasi nasa secondary purpose naman siya ng corporation. So I just would like to clarify kung kailangan pa ba nasa primary purpose siya kahit na nasa secondary purpose naman siya ng corporation.
The legal evaluation on the capacity of the prospective bidder for purposes of bidding is the presence of a accreditation for port terminal management or the three major functions, which is RoRo, PTB, and cargo handling. We no longer ask for the incorporation documents.
Okay, sir. So meaning so long as we're accredited,
Except during post-qua, wherein we review whether or not you're Filipino-owned.
And if you are not engaged in maritime
Maritime.
transportation, so yun po yung purpose.
Yun lang yung purpose na hinihingi. Pero for opening, hindi namin hindi kasama yun.
okay, sir. Did I hear it right now? We should not be engaged in maritime transportation.
Yes, it's conflict. It's a
Okay.
conflict.
Conflict of interest. Okay, sir.
So the qualifications and the grounds for disqualifications are all provided in the administrative orders issued by PPA with regards the PTMC. Any further questions?
Nothing more, sir.
Okay. Madam Secretary?
From the representatives of JJ3. Sir, you have questions? No more questions.
Madam Secretary, we have a couple of reminders for the prospective bidders.
Okay, sir.
Relevant dates and after. Okay, relevant dates first.
Okay, for the relevant dates, please be informed that the deadline for submission of bids for the port terminal management contract of Tablas, Odrongan, and Carmen is on May 6, 2024 at 1 p.m. at the conference room B, 7th floor PPA Corporate Building, Port Area, Manila. The bid opening will follow at 2 p.m. at the same venue.
Okay, prospective bidders, it seems like most of you, well, all of you are new bidders. We have a couple of reminders, observations made by the BAC during previous biddings, which we decided to reiterate during the previous. Okay na. Please play the reminders.
to bidders. For PPA accreditation requirement, please be informed that the bidder must submit a valid certificate of accreditation issued by PPA for port terminal services or for all the core services included in the bidding. The bidder must also have at least 2 years' experience in providing port terminal management services/cargo handling services or other related port services, as indicated in completed and ongoing contracts. Conflict of interest. Any prospective bidder or observer who is in a conflict of interest situation contemplated in Article 2, Section 5I of PPA-AO No. 12, 2018 shall likewise be prohibited and is deemed automatically disqualified from participation in any activity covered by these guidelines. Conflict of interest. A situation, as may be applicable, wherein a bidder and/or an observer has controlling shareholders in common with another bidder in the case of observers, received or has received any direct or indirect subsidy from any other bidder, has the same legal representative as that of another bidder for purposes of its bid. Has relationship, directly or through third parties, that places it in a position to have access to information about or to influence the bid of another bidder or to influence the decisions of the approving authority regarding the bidding process, submits more than one bid in any bidding process. Participated as a consultant of the authority in preparation and design of the port subject of the bidding, and is in situation in which the bidder/observer has a duty or responsibility to more than one person or organization involved in any bidding process. A prospective bidder must not be engaged in any business activity, whether primarily or otherwise, which will prevent it from properly and sufficiently discharging its contractual obligations under port terminal management contract to be awarded pursuant to these guidelines. This prohibition shall cover entities engaged in maritime transportation. For the information of everyone, the approving authority of the port terminal management contract is J. Daniel R. Santiago, General Manager. The BAC PTMC is composed of the following: Vice Chairperson, Attorney Mark John S. Palomar, Members, Attorney M. A. Hyasman H. De Los Santos, Attorney Rigel L. Cabay, Engineer Renan C. Parafina, Russell Q. Babadilla, Port Manager of the port subject of the selection. The technical working group is composed of the following: Head, Attorney Michi F. Manatad, Members, PM Jenalisa D. Rebong, PM Catherine R. Esto, Ryan Joseph F. Carino, Attorney Nina Suzette M. Mendoza, Maria Luisa A. Cruz. The BAC PTMC Secretariat includes: Head, Attorney Diane Steffi T. Gilliman, Assistant to the Head Secretariat, Gail M. Tabacaro. For joint venture, they must present the joint venture agreement or duly notarized statements from potential joint venture and the letter of intent. Otherwise, each potential joint venture partner must purchase the bid documents separately. Each partner shall submit the legal and financial eligibility forms required under Section 17A4 of PPA-AO No. 12, 2018. For determining compliance with the technical and financial eligibility requirements, the satisfaction of one of the joint venture partner or by the joint venture partners, whether singly or collectively, shall be considered sufficient. They shall be required also to present a duly executed joint venture agreement or a duly notarized statement from all the potential joint venture partners. In the absence of JVA or duly notarized statement, bids received from each of the potential joint venture partner shall be considered separately. In binding, the original and all copies of the bid shall be properly bookbound, hardbound, chronologically paged, and with index tabs. The proposed concession fee of the bidder shall have a minimum escalation of 5% per year. The required amount of bid security shall be in accordance with the following schedule: Form of bid security, cash, cashier's check or manager's check. Amount of bid security, not less than the required minimum concession fee plus port development cost is 2%. Bank draft/guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank, provided, however, that it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a universal or a commercial bank. If issued by a foreign bank, is 2% also. Surety bond, callable upon demand issued by the GSIS or PPA accredited insurance company, is 5%. For performance security, the required amount shall be equivalent to the total amount of the concession fee of the year for which the performance security is posted. The performance security shall be denominated in Philippine peso and posted in favor of PPA, which shall be forfeited by the PPA in any event it is established that the winning bidder is in default in any of its obligations under the port terminal management contract. In case of forfeiture by PPA of the performance security, the equivalent amount shall be replenished by the winning bidder. The required amounts and forms of performance security shall be in accordance with the following schedule: form of performance security, cash, cashier's check, or manager's check, bank draft/guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit, surety bond, amount of performance security, equivalent to the amount of concession fee of the year for which the performance security is posted. The bidder shall submit separate bid form number 9, one for each port in the clustered ports. In case the bidder is a corporation, the bidder should submit an original duly signed and notarized omnibus sworn statement with attached secretary's certificate showing that the affiant possesses the authority to submit the bid, represent and bid the corporation. There are minimum standard facilities that need to be maintained in the PTBs as provided under PPA guidelines. Should there be a need to obtain copies of said guidelines, kindly coordinate with the Secretariat. Thank you and have a great day.
Okay. Any questions from the prospective bidders regarding the reminders? There are none. Marcitart, anything else?
None, Mr. Chair.
There being none, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.